I hear you on the fucking stubbiness, bro. Because, bro, just change the fucking thing if it's not working.
Bro.
Make a fucking sub. Don't stick with the whole fucking team for 80 minutes. I get your frustration. I've had it. But you know what? I learned to fucking deal with it because it's not going anywhere, bro.
What, bench the manager?
Bench the manager, bro.
Bring in Fat Frank again.
Yeah, bro.
Let's talk about this. Should Chelsea move forward with Maresca after this season? Is this season his ceiling? And do we think he could improve next season? Let's talk about it a bit.
No, yes, and
okay, sorry, I forgot what I said. So you're gonna have to elaborate when you say no, yes.
Tunde,
they should not.
Be grateful for what you have in life sometimes.
I
could be worse. You could have Amorim, or you could have Ange.
Or I could have Arteta.
Yeah.
But
so I know which one I want.
Yeah, I hope so.
Amorim, with Maresca, I just feel this guy. It's a shame. I think he's a good manager. I think he's got some positive traits. I think.
Listen, bro. Listen. Let's talk. Let's have a little chit.
Okay, I think he's a good man manager. Clearly,
he's a good mind manager.
Man manager.
I think that's one of his weaknesses.
No, I think the players respect him.
No, when you mean man manager, I mean like, do you mean man management or like
man management? His relationship to players.
That's not man management, bro. I mean man management in terms of like
improving players.
Yeah. Cause I don't think like Cucurella and Caicedo, cool. I can say he's unanimously improved them.
And Jackson, I'd say.
No, I think okay. Let me put it this. Let me switch it. I feel he's a type of manager where he doesn't look at every single player in the squad and say you're going to play in your best position and you're going to fulfill your potential.
You know what I don't like, actually?
I think he's the type of manager where he has his system and he just shoehorns whatever he can into what his idea of football is. And the thing is, it worked at the start of the season, but right now it's not. And the thing is, we saw so many players that had great potential when I was screaming potential last season, and now they've fallen off the earth, bro. Like Malo Gusto, he's clearly an overlapping fullback, and this guy is playing him inverted. He's playing in the 8. I see this Malo Gusto in the 10. I'm like, why? Then you got on the other end of the spectrum, you also got players like Ben Chilwell that's also overlapping. He won the Champions League.
Is he still in books?
He's like on loan at Crystal Palace because the manager doesn't want to give him game time. He's played 45 minutes this season and it's jarring.
You know what I've come to a conclusion with, and it's bugging me, bro. We've got too many managers that have been influenced by Pep Guardiola and he's stubborn.
I agree.
And why he's stubborn? Because, bro, I had the same thing, bro. They're too stubborn. Pep Guardiola is a stubborn bastard.
Because they have one blueprint and they think, that's the way to win the league.
He infiltrated Arteta. He's infiltrated Maresca.
Bro, all of Arteta's disciples, basically.
Like, it's fucking annoying, bro. And I hear you on the fucking stubbiness, bro. Because, bro, just change the fucking thing if it's not working. Make a fucking sub. Don't stick with the whole fucking team for 80 minutes. I get your frustration. I've had it. But you know what? I learned to fucking deal with it because it's not going anywhere, bro.
I can't lie. This might be the one time me and Sandeep have agreed about something like that. Because I compare it.
That's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I just saw that.
No, but I compare it to like Arteta. I compare it to Arteta in some ways. I think the Chelsea board are looking at what happened with Arsenal and saying, can we replicate it? Of course, there's other factors in terms of money, which is a clear one, which is different. And we're buying players significantly younger than Arsenal's. But Arsenal, Arsenal did have a very young squad at the start.
No, we started off with the ancient guys, and then we decided, no, you got.
You have to switch.
Bro, we started with fucking Willian, David Luiz.
Aubameyang, Lacazette.
Yeah, but
Sandeep, we started with Aubameyang, Sterling.
No, I'm talking about Maresca. When did Maresca start?
Koulibaly.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying in general. But now they're like, let's do that. But it's jarring. And I feel with Poch last season, he was on a slight. He was a mix between the two, because he started off saying, guys, we're gonna on the humble thing, because I feel certain players think he's a dickhead.
Yeah.
But I feel Poch was like, yeah, you're gonna pay here, you're gonna pay there, da.
Yeah.
And as the season went on, he started to implement the tactics and started to get where he needed to go. Whereas,
you know what I was confused about with the whole, like, you know how you said they took him for a dickhead? I'm very confused about it because, like, in my head, if I was to respect one manager out of the two of Maresca and Poch, I thought it would have been Poch. For a guy to bring Tottenham to a Champions League final, that's enough to gain my respect personally, isn't it? But then also, just to touch on a point, you spoke about his stubbornness. Yeah. Obviously, it's a bad trait. I think it's not a bad. It's not a good trait. At some points, it's okay to have. Like, you know, at the start of the season when they brought Maresca in, and there was a whole talk about Chelsea with their 40-man squad, 50-man squad, whatever Carragher was saying on the media, basically. Yeah. I think he dealt with that pretty well. I think
he's media trained to another level.
Yeah, he's media trained firstly, and secondly,
Maresca.
Yeah.
He knows what to say, when to say it.
Yeah, also,
his English is very good. Bro.
I think he's very no nonsense with his squad. I think you're good enough. You stay. I don't think you're good enough. Cut out of it.
Yeah,
and
that's
I think
very hard to do.
Yeah, but I think he's very good with like drawing a line of who's good enough for me, who isn't, and he's not about experimenting too much. But then it's also to his detriment, like you said. I think he's too head first into what he wants to achieve, the type of football he wants to play. He's very stubborn. In the same way I spoke about Amorim not too long ago, where it's like, if your system's not working, how can you switch it up? If you ain't got the personnel for it, how can you do to fix that? And like you said, too many men are trying to play like Pep Guardiola, and not enough. And none of these managers have Pep Guardiola's team. And so it's not really adding up.
And the thing with Pep, he had their ball bought players specific. There's exceptions to the rule, but they bought players specifically for his system.
Yeah.
Similar with Arteta, but the thing is, as time went on, they bought players specifically for the system. It's just necessarily is the quality good enough in certain positions. The defense, your defense, goalkeeper.
Arsenal?
Midfield, pretty much it's there.
You're sorted besides a striker, basically.
No,
striker, left wing, left 8. Bar from that, the rest of the team's cold.
I feel like one thing that Arsenal have is like we don't have money to spend like you guys, and so when we spend, I don't know if it's Arteta signings, but he has influence. You guys just go sign any Tom, Dick, and Harry. So it's very hard to know which one Maresca's signing and which one's not. You kind of can tell by who he uses. Yeah. But in terms of like, I don't feel like it's gonna fix anything.
Yeah, that's the thing with football.
Because you don't have no director of football or football man.
No, we do.
No, but not one that flipping like understands football.
We do.
Who?
They are from Brighton. Christopher Velkart.
Yeah, but you got him recently.
Yeah, this season.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying
you got him after the transfer window.
For this window we had sporting
January.
directors. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about summer.
Yeah, we had them, bro.
Oh.
We had ones previously. I forgot who.
They were shit.
From my head, I can't remember. But the thing is, my thing with Maresca is that you can't be saying, you're going to be playing specific players in this position. You're going to play a certain way when the board is not going to back you transfer-wise in that way. That's my problem, because it's like, cool, you want to have a specific type of 6, you want to buy a specific type of whatever, but we're going to pay 42 million for Kenda and Usego, whatever his name is, the 2 sporting boys.
Oh yeah.
We just spent 60 M's on there, where clearly we need a better 8 instead of Enzo.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So the thing is, you have to look ahead and say, are you going to play differently? And the guy, he's not going to do that.
You guys are doing it from the business. You guys are not doing it for football right now.
And I don't think he's fully clocked in. But going back to that, Chelsea will improve with him. I don't really think we'll win a title or anything with him. You might win a cup after the conference. Maybe Europa League, but I don't think we'll win the 2 majors.
Okay.
With him.
So what do you think? Do you think long term you should just keep him just to build the project more, or do you think just get rid of him now and then bring someone else in to build the project a bit more?
Yeah, from seeing Poch that got us 6th, and what Maresca brought at the start of the season and how it's gone now, and we're still 4th. Yeah, I think anyone could do the project thing. So
you think?
Yeah, anyone.
As in anyone can do the whole like nurturing the young players, getting them to develop, and then giving the mantle to a better manager who can then win with those players that develop.
Overall, our squad is good enough to be in the Champions League.
Yeah,
in my personal opinion.
You know what? I slightly agree with him with the whole like anyone can sort of do it. Lampard got you 4th, innit? From what I remember correctly.
That's 3rd, bro.
3rd, and Lampard. I think we can all agree Lampard wasn't a good manager.
Season after Hazard. You know?
Lampard wasn't a good manager either.
No transfer
window.
Yeah, but you guys did fucking spend about fucking 300 million
the year before. Yeah, fair enough. But then also the thing with Lampard, is I think he was quite good at nurturing the players. So when you say anyone can do the whole project thing, I don't agree with you with anyone, obviously. But like, it's not as hard a job to do, which is why I'm sort of like just keep him anyways though, because at least let him implement his ideas, get the team to not only nurture and like manage these players and improve them, but also get them used to a certain system. So when the next manager comes in, it's not like they're flipping the whole system to pieces. It's like they can get a winner in that also plays similar to how Maresca plays.
But also, if I'm the Chelsea board, I'm thinking, okay, I spent 110 M's on Caicedo. He's doing all right. That's my asset there. His monetary value. You might not get 110, but his monetary value is staying there, isn't it?
Yeah, 80, 90 million.
Yeah. Enzo Fernandez, I spent similar money on him. Why is he now worth £10, bro?
Okay, but I got a question.
What?
I don't think that's Enzo's fault.
What?
That he
They're
got
both
it.
called Enzo. Be Pacific.
No, I mean Enzo Fernandez. Like,
No, I'm saying. No,
but
I'm saying.
but then again, it's not Enzo Maresca's fault either because he's never had to. He won the league with Leicester.
That's the whole point.
No, but I'm trying to say is the board bought him, cool, yeah, but they also bought a manager that had no experience in managing players of that value and learning how to work with it. Because let's be real, you guys bought flipping Enzo, Lavia, and Caicedo and thought they were going to be the next blessing of life.
Yeah.
They are.
They're not good, bro.
They are.
As a free,
I hate when you talk about
no,
Enzo isn't good.
No,
Lavia and Caicedo, I think.
Wait, no. When I say that, I mean they're not good when they work in a free.
Yeah.
They're not good. They don't. You know.
I agree.
You know how we
Yeah.
had the conversation,
yeah.
In like I don't know, a couple seasons ago, you said when they like them three are gonna be your free going forward, and I said they're not going to work because there's too much going on with them.
Lavia and Caicedo should start.
As well.
Enzo should come on when you want someone to progress the ball a bit more.
You guys had the vision. The vision didn't work out now, but you guys have to be able to because you can't go bin Enzo now and let's take a 40 million L, yeah. Because let's be real, he's not bad. No. He has good qualities. He just needs
barely.
No, I know. I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's say you're Chelsea's board and you're seeing the assets which Chelsea bought and they're not doing as well as we thought they are. Because the whole point of Chelsea's motto, ethos is buy young G's and sell them for a significant profit. We slightly did that under Abramovich in a different way.
Not really.
No, with the loan army and stuff like that.
But the problem with that is that gets you profit for a football club. That doesn't get you winning.
No. But the thing is, yes, I'm a fan, but I feel I'm different to other fans where I see what
I can tell you that, blood.
Yeah, I know, but I can see what the board's do. I can see what the board's doing.
As a fan, you can't give a fuck about the business model, bro. You got to just think about the winning the title.
Yeah, that's what
and another
thing is, I don't think.
I think you guys got bigger issues than Enzo Fernandez in your team. I feel like, and also your business model of buying young and selling high. I mean, buying them young, bro. You're buying them for young, but you're buying them for such high prices for you to make profit on them. They either got to start for your team or you got to loan them out to a good. Yeah. And so bro, let me just quickly go through a few players here who are worse than Enzo Fernandez, who might cost less but have a bigger issue in their hand. Mudryk, number one, yeah.
Cool.
Your defenders, the Sassy.
Yeah, I agree with every single player you're gonna mention. I agree.
Yeah, and so that's what I think.
But you don't even need to go through it, bro.
Like Enzo, I think is good enough to even cool. If you want to hold bench, cool. That's a big L.
You can start every now and certain games.
Your board has spent half your team is not bought for profit. The Sassy, Badeshile,
they were all bought for profit.
They're not bought for profit because you have no one to replace them with.
You think they were bought for profit?
Robert Sanchez, your other goalie.
You have people to replace them.
Yes, you have no. So you bought them as the idea of starting them for this season.
Okay, you're right.
That's what I'm gonna say. So your whole model, cool. I understand. Like, there's a lot of people you've bought to buy. Like Andre Santos, I think he's a very good footballer. Is he ready to come to the Premier and tear it up?
Yeah,
No, not yet.
I think
not yet. He's probably gonna have like 2 more seasons.
Probably one of our best options.
Yes, he's one of your best options. But I mean, like in terms of what you have on your pitch right now, if you to look at it, you need to remove about 5 or 6 players and upgrade them.
It's like more than that.
Yeah, and then out of the players that you have to remove, you're not gonna get half the money back you paid for them, innit? Yeah. So the business model of so all the profit you're gonna make on all the players that you have sold, you're gonna lose in the value that you bought for the other players.
But also on a separate thing, even talk about Chelsea's thing in general. I'm worried that they're gonna sell one of the big players.
I don't think they can.
No, part of me thinks.
I don't think they need to though.
No, they do. They literally just flipping bought out their own women's club to make profit.
They are.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
They bought the hotel next to them. Like there's nothing. It's gonna be like Monopoly. They got no more houses left to build in, bro.
They still got a stadium to build.
Yeah, but that's not a big issue.
They've still got a lot more money to invest into the club.
Let's bring it back to Maresca really quick, just to end it off. The way I see it, obviously he won the league with Leicester. Yeah. I think it was like a
barely right now.
Yeah, I think it was like a Potter situation where I think he sort of just took the leap too soon. You know, like he came into the job. The job is too big for his boots. He can't really fill it in. But I don't think that's necessarily means to drop him after the season he's having. You know what even if he doesn't win a trophy.
You know what it is? It's just all about standards. Because if it's a thing where because for half the season the board have been he's been saying the board have said you don't need to get Champions League. Yeah. So if that's not your aim, then cool. Get up. He's doing well. We might finish 5th. We might finish 6th. We might finish 4th. He's gonna finish just outside the Champions League, which is likely to be. Yeah. and he's doing well.
But obviously your standards are different
if
to
you
the
got
board
standards,
standards.
this guy shouldn't be at the club like that.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
No, I disagree with that.
No, because any other Chelsea that were competing under Abramovich, we would not accept this. I said the same about Poch last season.
I agree.
Same with Potter. Same with all these guys.
But you're not under Abramovich anymore, and you're not the Chelsea from back then anymore.
No.
Your standards need to drop to be in line with the times you're in right now. But finishing just outside the top 4 isn't a bad season for Chelsea.
You know how you guys got standards, right? And you're like, cool, you can bring it to the pitch and you go high to the manager. And you go high to your owners. Your owners have a feud between them, bro. There's no connectivity between any stages of the actual tree, right?
There are.
Your owners are literally beefing about what they want, but what's best for the club.
Yeah.
Egbardi and Clearlake are not happy with what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want to buy it out. They said, okay, if you're not in line with the visions, get lost.
No. To be fair, I think
They want. They are
closer to the. When it comes to top down, Bowley and Egbardi, they are closer to the manager than other owners in the Prem.
No, I mean between the two owners, because yours are consortium.
Okay.
Like them two are beefing each other.
Yeah.
Like them two do not like each other.
I know.
And so, bro, like if the ownership is messed up at the top in terms of like there's a feud and like. Their attention is not going to be on the manager and the football club
because Bowley's openly said it as
well. Yeah, like their issue is okay. As you said, they see it as a business. Yeah. They're like, oh, I can't let my money drop. If they're not going to see the same vision as us, we need to get them out.
They just need to get bread, and that's it.
Literally, bro.